This is officially my second video. So, what are we talking about today? Today I wanted to discuss the most requested topic of history, I think, acne, share my story with you guys, and go into my findings and also my solutions. So I will try not to make this too long, but it's a lot of information, so let's just get right to it. So my acne story, girl. You know, anyone that has never had acne, they won't understand. But it's so confidence crushing and soul destroying that you don't even know where to sit, where to look, what to do, how to move. It's just awful. Okay, but you know, second year university, I broke out in acne. It was just really horrible for me because I've never had acne, I've never had spots, I've never had, you know, get the one or two here and there, but I never actually had full-on blown acne. So it was kind of like, what on earth is going on? It just made me really like, it just made me really worried. And then so what I did, basically, I was getting acne around my cheekbone area, and it was just continuously coming about the same area, and it was just horrible. I did some research around the Chinese face mapping, and it turns out there's various different organs that is related to, which gives you more of an idea what type of acne it may be. There are some researchers say it's accurate, some researchers say it's not so accurate, so we'll go past that. I basically went to my GP, as you would do, and told them about my situation, and you know how they saw how annoyed I was and all of that. So they prescribed me antibiotics in a form of tetracycline. Tetracycline basically works in prohibiting the bacteria proteins from actually attaching on, therefore it doesn't produce acne to come out of your skin. But that kind of wasn't adding up for me in a sense, because that's when I did my own research. But actually tetracycline, I took I think 3 courses of tetracycline, and every time I take it, it would get rid of the acne, and then a month or so later it would just return. So it was becoming really frustrating for me, and so I just stopped, and I just thought, I'm not taking any more medicines. It's having adverse effects anyways. Any medicine will give you side effects. So I was just like, I need to stop. It's clearly not working. My body is trying to tell me something. I really wish that sometimes our bodies could just speak to us, you know. It would be really good, but that's never gonna happen. So I think we need to look at the symptoms and the type of signs that it's giving us, and acne is definitely one of those things that pretty much flag up like a big old red flag just in front of you, that something is not quite right. So I researched about the human body. At that time I didn't have much knowledge about the human anatomy, but later on, when I moved on to having a pharmaceutical role for a couple of years, I started learning about it. It was just kind of like contagious, and I just wanted to know more and more and more, and I've just researched so many different things. So that's why I'm, you know, really eager to share these information with you. It turns out that our skin is the largest organ in our entire body, okay? And it is a form of releasing toxins by sweat, secretions. Also, it gets rid of toxin through acne if it's not able to get rid of it in any other way, as the skin is the largest organ. So I looked into how the body formulates, well, how the body does that process, and it turns out it's the liver. It does over 500 functions. It creates hormones, it takes nutrients from food and stores them, puts them into different use. Oh my god, my foot is stuck. It neutralizes acids, it creates bile, which is absolutely essential obviously for digestion, and it just does so many things. And it does detoxify the body, of course, yeah. And what I thought of is that actually your body has the ability to clear itself every 7 years. So every 7 years your body, you gain a new complete different cycle of cells. There are some cells that don't ever change, like your brain cells, so don't damage them, they won't come back. Obvious. But your red blood cells actually recuperate after 120 days. So your body has this natural way of detoxifying itself. So, and actually the liver, if you cut it in half, it has the ability to grow back into its normal size within about a week or two, I think. So it's an amazing machine. Now, what is good for the liver and what is not good for the liver? My solution that I came across was liver detox supplements. I got my supplement from an organic store, and I'll go into it in just a minute. But I did try another 2 as well after this, and the reason why I think this works is because I used it in a couple of occasions, and it always gave me, you know, sustained results. And that's why I thought this is something that I need to share. But what harms the liver? The one thing that kept on coming up is, you know, there's a couple of different things actually. Processed foods, table salt, and sugar. Sugar, everything sweet is not sugar, and everything you drink with high fructose syrup, corn syrup, is actually like poison. Sugar, synthetic sugar, has the same effect on your body as alcohol does, and it causes an addiction. So what did I do? So I basically stopped taking the tetracycline because I discovered that it's contraindicated for young people, and that's because their bodies are not really formed properly, so it can cause teeth staining. And I was like, well, I have a little bit of trouble, you know, understanding that fully, because I understand that we're more fully developed when we become adults, but it's not like they're like cats and they become humans when you grow up. That was an awful analogy, but you get the point. Like, teeth staining is caused by something. It's not because of the antibiotics, it's because the antibiotics cause something in the body. And what is that? So basically it turns out that tetracycline causes bone metabolism and calcium not being absorbed properly, and calcium metabolism as well. So it degenerates your bones, and therefore it's not really good for you, so it turns out. And what I came across is a natural solution, and I'll go into a couple of different ingredients of it. It's called Nature's Answers Liver Support. I'll put a picture of it up somewhere. And it has a couple of really interesting ingredients, including milk thistle, which is anti-inflammatory, and well, inflammation is one of the main causes of so many different diseases. That is probably a good place to start. In some cases it has been used for prevention or treatment of asthma as well, diabetes, lowering cholesterol, so for the heart, increasing immunity, prevention of cancer or treatment of cancer. There's got dandelion. There's a joke that goes with dandelion. Every time I say it, it's like a Jamaican accent, and when someone asks a Jamaican to use dandelion in a sentence, he says the cheetah is faster than the lion, and it's just so funny. I think, don't you think that's funny? I know. Dandelion actually contains vitamins A, C, calcium, which is good for your bones, doesn't just metabolize your bones. It's got iron, vitamin B6, magnesium is a natural diuretic. Diuretics are basically a class of medication that stimulates your kidneys in order to release urine, and that basically is your body's way of secreting the toxins out. So that's dandelion. There's golden seal. Golden seal has a history, like a long history of cancer prevention and cancer treatment as well, and is anti-inflammatory again, and is natural. It's got tons of other ingredients in there, but I actually used another two liver detoxes because I wanted to try them. It was just like once a year or twice a year that I used it for acne or spots. And yeah, if you do happen to try it, oh, with this, the best thing to do is, oh my god, it's so horrible. It doesn't taste good at all. But my literally mentality around food is think about the benefits, think about what's good for you, and then work with it to get the best results for you and your health. So that's my kind of mentality around food, diet, and everything else. I don't like the word I don't like this and I don't like that, because it's not like I don't like this, but I know the benefits of it, and I don't like tons of things, and I like, you know, things that aren't healthy for me. But you think about what's good for you. I think it's a bit more important. Anyways, the solution itself is really dark, as you can see. I feel like my eyes are gone cross. Voice is going. So you just get a glass of water, you drop 10 drops of it inside the water. Did I drop it on? No. And it becomes like a really horrible colour, but you drink this right early in the morning before you eat, like an hour or so before you eat. And if you drink about 2 glasses of water when you wake up every morning, it detoxifies your system anyways. But because of the ingredients in here, it says that you shouldn't take it for more than 10 days. And it says 14 to 50, what? 14 to 56 drops 2-3 times a day. But I took it once a day and it actually worked for me. So give it a go if you do try it. Oh, this is based on my research and this is based on my experience. If you have pre-existing health conditions, make sure you tell your healthcare professional, consult a healthcare professional before taking any medication, and good luck. I hope. Oh, the final thing, I promise, is that there was a very clear moment in my acne timeline that I snapped out of the mentality that I have acne, and I started thinking like a person that doesn't have any acne and doesn't have any concerns with the skin and is quite content with themselves. And I swear to you, it changed my whole perception of everything, and my skin started clearing up, whether it was to do with the detox or it was my mentality. Why not try both if you're going to try it with medicine? But try the mentality first, it's free. Okay, I'm gonna catch you later, and I hope you've enjoyed this video.